guys, it's Andy from Man City Fan TV. Well, I'm in a very windy Baku in Azerbaijan. Just get to see the amazing terminal behind me here. It's absolutely incredible. That's Terminal 2 and Terminal 1 is across there. It's probably about 19-20 degrees, quite windy. So I'll just give you a quick pan around. I'm actually staying in the hotel, which is literally across the way. So if I show you the hotel, that's the Sheraton Hotel. It's a beautiful hotel with a mosque just next door to it. But anyway guys, I'll get back to the room and I'll do some filming for the about the match last night. Anyway, see you soon guys. It's Andy from Man City Fan TV. Well, I'm back in my room here in Baku in Azerbaijan. Okay, last night's game. Apologies before for that little clip. It's very windy here. It's about, I was trying to say it was about 19-20 degrees, but it's very, very windy, probably because I'm close to the airport as well. First off, Baku. I should have been here Sunday morning. Long story, and I'll just tell you very quickly. What happened was I caught a train from Manchester on Saturday to come down here, to go down to London. Got eventually through Euston, Oxford Circus, Paddington, and then on to Terminal 4 at Heathrow. Checked in. Luckily the client had booked me business class, picked up my visa. My visa was actually dated for the 28th of October, which is next Sunday, or this Sunday coming. So basically they said, don't worry about it, you'll be fine, sign this waiver form, and if you arrive in Baku tomorrow morning and they don't let you in, then as long as you pay all the deportation costs. So I thought, well, okay, fine, no problem. You know, I've been all over the world, so I'll chance it. You know, I'll try and talk my way out of it, or talk my way in to Baku. They said, I'm sure it'll be fine, don't worry about it. So I signed it, liaised with the client. The client is the national airline of Azerbaijan, and they were really concerned and panicking, thinking that I shouldn't go. Then they said I should go, and then I was literally waiting outside the Terminal 4 until literally 50 minutes before takeoff. And they said, right, okay, go on, go through security. So I raced through security, mad rush, got to the other side, and then got another text to say the client says possibly it wouldn't be a good idea to chance it and not to go. Obviously, my bag was checked in and was on the way to the aircraft. So I just said, right, okay, fine, fair enough. So I ran downstairs, checked with the agent, made sure that my bag would be taken off the aircraft. Sadly, it wasn't. The aircraft taxied out, got a call to say that my bag is still on board the aircraft and had to return back to stand, which from somebody in aviation, it's just an absolute no-no. So I was extremely embarrassed. Not my fault. I spoke to the senior crew member when I was on the ground, and she rang me and she said, don't worry, we're getting the bag off. And they said, the terminal manager said, don't worry, the bag's coming off. It was only when I went to collect my bag 2 hours later, finally, with the baggage handler for the airline, she called and said the aircraft had to return back to stand because my bag was still on board. So I was so embarrassed, but eventually got my bag back. Midnight, ended up had to check into a hotel at Heathrow Airport and then catch a train back to Manchester on Sunday. Thankfully all sorted. I've reapplied for my visa, did it myself. It all came through the same day. So yesterday I got the train back to London and then flew out last night at about 10:30 to Baku. I landed about 6:30 Baku time, which is about 3 hours ahead. Got to the hotel, which thankfully is just across the way. Lovely, beautiful hotel. Yeah, had a shower, got in bed, had a few hours sleep, got up, went over to the terminal to meet some people for the course tomorrow, and then did that quick video and then realised just how windy it was. So Yeah, so anyway, back to the original point of the video. Sorry about that big long-winded intro. Yeah, last night's game, wow. I was lucky enough, I was in the business lounge and managed to watch, I watched up to around about the 75th minute, and then there was a call, last minute call for business class passengers to board the aircraft. So sadly I missed the last 15 minutes and had to race to the aircraft to catch my flight. Wouldn't have been good if I missed that one. But the 75 minutes in particular, especially that first half, wow. I mean, when you consider who was actually on the bench and who wasn't in the team, and just an amazing attacking performance. And when you think of Shakhtar's record at home, especially against English teams, then, you know, it could have been, and I think I posted on Twitter, after 25 minutes it should have been 4. We should have been 4-0 up. I mean, God knows what that game would have finished if we were clinical, because I thought we were extremely wasteful, but incredibly brilliant in an attacking sense. I thought Sterling and Mahrez were superb. I thought David Silva absolutely ran the show. De Bruyne, easing his way back in, still, you know, he's a genius. I thought Gabi Jesus worked his absolute socks off. He just needs a goal or two, and when they come, don't be surprised if he remains in the team. Then 5, 6, 7 will come quickly afterwards, because you can see it, he's just lacking in that little, he just wants that little bit of luck, anything, hits it off the post and it goes in, or a deflection. He's desperate for a goal, and sometimes I think that's probably affecting his final decision making, when he could easily maybe pass or square it, and he just desperately wants, like any striker does, just wants a goal. So we can't be too harsh on him, because his work rate is absolutely phenomenal. And then we saw David Silva's first goal. Wow. I talk about teaching kids football. Keep your eye on the ball. I mean, he watched that ball until it left his boot, and straight in the middle of the goal. Wonderful finish. 1-0. Probably should have been 3-0 up at that point. And then we moved on. We got the second, which was from a Kevin De Bruyne corner. Nice jump by John Stones. I don't know whether he meant to purposely miss it or not, but good job. Aymeric Laporte kept his eye on the ball, stooped low, and directed it wonderfully into the top corner. 2-0, and then you're thinking, all right, it's going to be 3 or 4 before half time, and then we had chance after chance after chance. Riyad Mahrez, he is bringing a different dynamic to the team. He's the way that he's able to quickly move it onto his left foot and shoot, and we saw from his goal at the weekend, he's got a wonderful shot on him when it's on target, because so many times from inside the box and outside the box, you know, he was pretty much free and just was off target, or just, you know, side netting. But I think his goals have actually, it's really, you can see the confidence in him. I think now that he's got a few goals under his belt, he's prepared to think, and sometimes think of himself, and he's in good positions, rather than think it's all about the team, it's all about the team. Sometimes you need to be a little bit greedy and take the shot on. Yeah, he's really starting to flourish now, which is fantastic to see, because that's just offering another dimension to our squad. And then we moved into the second half. They had a couple of chances, but then Bernardo Silva comes on, and within 80 seconds shows the others how to finish. What a clinical finish that was. So overall, you could look at the game and go, I'm pretty disappointed we didn't win that by 7 or 8, but at the end of the day, it's 3 points. It's a group competition at this stage, and the points are all that matters really at this stage. The great result with a draw in the Hoffenheim-Lyon game obviously puts us top, puts us in a very strong position now. And to think that we had players that were rested as well, and it was great to see Sergio's reaction when when Bernardo Silva scored the goal. Sorry. So yeah, some minutes for Foden, and then when you think of the likes of Leroy Sané on the bench, and I thought overall defensively we were wonderful. I thought John Stones was excellent at right back. Which is great news, because with Danilo's injury record, Walker only just returning to fitness, rather than sort of moving such an influential player like Fernandinho to right back, we can play John Stones there, and he had a great game. I thought Otamendi was just Otamendi. I mean, he's just picked up from last year, superb, no nonsense. I thought Aymeric Laporte was excellent as well. Benjamin Mendy was more disciplined, though his crossing yesterday wasn't the best. But still, moving into the midfield, I thought David Silva ran the game. He's just simply wonderful. I'm running out of superlatives to use for his displays. It's crazy to say it, but it's almost like he's getting better. And maybe with the fact of he had that rest last season, when his son was poorly and everything else, has done him the world of good. And the fact that he's retired from the Spanish team, the international football, we can pick and choose. And so it's only good for Manchester City. I thought Fernandinho sat deep. He just pulls the strings again. And for those earlier on in the season who were writing him off and saying, Fernandinho's finished, we should have signed, ridiculous that Cheeky's not signed a defensive midfielder. I'm sorry, you're wrong, and that's just my opinion. Fernandinho is absolutely amazing. I heard somebody, I think it was this afternoon when I got up, they were talking, it was on Talk Sport, and I can't think who it was, and they turned around and said, if you watched Fernandinho, and if you've watched him this season, there's no way in a million years you would think he was 33 years of age. You'd think, I think it was Ray Parlour, you'd think he was 26, 27 years of age. The way he moves around the pitch, the way, he's just such a wonderfully gifted player that we can go out and spend 70, 80 million on Frankie de Jong. He's not going to be at the level of Fernandinho, certainly not now. So I thought Fernandinho again had a wonderful game. I thought Sterling, what is it with him this season? He has just gone to another level. Yes, he was frustrated he didn't get a goal, but the way that he turns players and goes at them now, you can only remember the season before last when everyone was getting a little frustrated, and I've always been a Sterling fan, but I was getting a little bit, for God's sake, take a player on, stop coming back, stop coming inside. Now, it gets the player, he's happy to go, beat a player. If he's facing three, he'll stop, turn back, go back and beat him. He's just got that much confidence. So, let's hopefully he signs that contract. So, yeah, wonderful, wonderful result. I thought it was a fantastic performance. Yeah, it's great news. I mean, going away to a very difficult place. Wonderful to see those, was it 628 or 12 City fans that travelled all the way to see the game. So, massive respect for all those fans who went out there and were treated to a wonderful performance. Hope everyone gets back safely from there. Looking at the stats, I think it ended up what you would imagine was about 80% possession. I think it turned out 56% to Man City. I think 26 shots or 24 shots, 6 on target. That shows you where the problem lay last night. That many shots and that many, and only 6 on target. I think their keeper was only forced out of all of those shots to make 5 saves. So yeah, we're going to need to be a bit more clinical. Thankfully, last night we didn't need to. But if we come up against tougher opposition and play the way we did and got into those positions, we're going to have to kill teams off early. Otherwise, all we're doing is we're just inviting more potential pressure. You can imagine if that was 1-0 last night at half time or after 60, 70 minutes, and we didn't get that second goal, it could have been a nervy night. So yeah, as wonderful as it was, we're going to have to be more clinical, without a shadow of a doubt. So Anyway, guys, who was your man of the match? For me, it was David Silva. I thought he was fantastic. I thought Mahrez had a wonderful game as well. But what are your thoughts? Was that the best sort of 70 minutes of football we've seen this season? Because certainly for the 70-75 minutes I watched, I thought we were absolutely incredible. I honestly was blown away by the actual passing and moving and directness at pace and speed, and and this isn't City playing some crappy team like Cardiff or whoever. This is Shakhtar Donetsk, who've hardly lost in a Champions League game at home. So I think it's a wonderful performance. You could clearly see Pep was very, very happy over it. So let's hope everybody gets home safe. There's no niggles, there's no injuries, and we move on to the Spurs game next week Monday. Sadly, I was hoping I was going to be going to London to watch the Spurs game, but now because of the delay in the course, I don't get back to the UK now until next Wednesday, I think it is. So I'm going to miss that one again, sadly, which is again very frustrating, because I want to get to these games, but this is our busiest time of the year for the business. So anyway, guys, give us your thoughts below. Don't forget, we're only I don't know, 30 or so subscribers away from the 4,000, which we wanted. We wanted when we were on 3,000 at the beginning of the season. We said if we could get to 4,000 for the derby, would that be absolutely amazing? And you guys have done us proud, and we're only 30 away. So with the derby looming, if we can get those other 30 subscribers, I think what we'll do, because since it's a special one, it's a 4K, so we'll do a prize, and what we'll do is we'll do another prize draw like last time we did the David White books. This time I think we'll do something else as well. Maybe we'll look at something along the lines of still with David White, maybe, who knows, or I'll contact Sharon Latham and maybe see whether we can get something along the lines with the new Noel Gallagher book. So I'll send Snapper Shaz a message tonight and see whether she can help out. Don't forget the 9th of November, David White's and the Save Association Charity Foundation gig, get my words out, is on the 9th of November in Manchester at the 235 Casino. Don't forget, if you haven't bought your tickets, it's £99 for a team of 6, and that includes 6 free drinks and free entry into the casino afterwards. So there's food on the night that you can purchase sometime before or after the actual quiz night, which is being hosted by Mark McCarthy. You probably all know Mark from Twitter, big Man City fan. There's going to be a Q&A with David White, and there's going to be lots of other photo and video opportunities. Myself and Ray will be there doing some filming on the night and getting videos out as quickly as we can. So anyway, guys, don't forget, go along if you want to purchase a ticket. Either contact us, send us a message below and we'll put you in touch, or you can contact David White on Twitter, or Mark McCarthy on Twitter, or you can contact me at Aviation Blue, or Ray at ManCity_Ray. And anyway, guys, this is Andy from Man City Fan TV. Thank you very much for the subscriptions and subscribing to the channel. It's really appreciated. I'll be putting out more videos this week. I am going to, at some point, it's about 30 minutes away, I'm going to get into the city centre of Baku, which looks absolutely beautiful. It's right on the Caspian Sea. And I'll make some more videos around here when it's less windy, hopefully. So anyway, guys, have a great evening. Wonderful result. This is Andy from Man City Fan TV. As I always say, we'll see you soon.